Hey, it's Troy with IGC. Welcome back for another look at this fix and flip project we're working on. If you're like me, I know you've been excited to see the changes. You can already see changes happening in the background. I'm here with my good friend Jack, and Jack is not only a good friend, he's also one of our longtime investors. We've been involved in several properties together.
Yes, we have, yeah.
And you've done pretty well with some of the rental game too.
I've done very, very well with a couple of them for sure, and well with the others, including
now, I remember
this house here.
Can I look back a little bit on history with us to one of the first properties that you got?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, he still owns this property as a rental. I'm talking about the one on Hadaway.
Right.
And I remember when we first went into contract with that, and you were buying it, and you and your wife both, you had a lot of nerves about it. You were unsure. There was some emotions. There was some questions. What am I getting into? What am I doing? What have you done to me?
Right.
Do you remember all those conversations?
Well, I do, and I actually remember that hole in the roof too was one of the deal breakers at the time, but you encouraged me to say, don't worry about that, that could be fixed.
We actually used that hole in the roof to get your price discounted almost $20,000.
We did, yeah, and that was a real nice tactic that you used at the very end to drive that price way down.
So we already had it under contract. We came back after doing all that, got a better price.
We did, yeah.
And so you bought that property back in 09, I believe.
That's right.
2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And you bought it for like $73,000, and it's worth what, $500,000 today?
No, it's not quite, but it's up there closer to $400,000.
So 400, probably mid fours, I bet, if we did our real assessment on that.
Well, that's what everybody says, like on Zillow and other sites like that. But when I talk to the local realtors, they say don't even consider that, because in this market it's going to be way above whatever you can find on the internet these days.
So bottom line is you've got a great value, but it's been a long-term income property.
Oh, it's been a very nice long-term income.
Very low leverage, so
Right.
What a great example to really build wealth with real estate.
Oh, absolutely. And then the other property that I have on Robbins that you helped me with parallels the exact same thing on Hadaway.
That was another one we bought as a short sale.
We did.
And that one, I remember this story very well. It's very interesting the way it played out, because the bank, we knew it was a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath.
Right.
And the bank showed public records that showed it as a 2-bedroom.
2-bedroom, right.
And they tried to counter back on the price. And my argument to them was, wait a minute, you mean you're trying to tell me it's a 3-bedroom, so the public records are wrong? We have illegal additions? And the bank backed right off and sold it to us at the really cheap price.
They did.
Another great cash flow idea.
Very, very great cash flow idea. In fact, I've had that property now for well over 10 years.
Yes, and that's been another good performer for you.
It's been another good performer. In fact, that thing has gone up just several 100% greater than when I first purchased it.
Good cash flow. We've got a tenant in there that is occasionally late, but always catches up, always pays up, and then takes good care of the place as well. So
now it's at a point where the tenant cannot afford to lose that privilege of owning or renting that property. And now they pay on time all the time.
That's because the market's outpaced their affordability, and you've been a good landlord who keeps it affordable to them.
Yeah.
Why not? You've got great cash flow and a good tenant. Let's keep them in there and keep them happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and now Jack is, as you can tell, we've got a long history together. He's my partner invested in this particular project with us, and he's been here and walked with it. And Jack, you pulled up today. You haven't seen this place for about 2 weeks. You pulled up today and you saw this. What was your first impression?
Well, this is not even the after picture yet, but this is the house in transition. And compared to when we first bought this house, this is literally like night and day. This house really now has presence on the property, which is what we're looking for.
We're already starting to get calls from people inquiring as to whether we want to sell it or rent it. That tells me that the neighborhood is starting to see the appeal here. And if you look at it, you can see in 2 weeks' time, we've already done a new roof. We've already coated the outside. You might remember the pillars that we once had on this porch area, which have been cut down. The contractors have put a new cement cap over it to level it off. You can't see it, you might not see it from your image, but they put in a new concrete surface over the patio to make it look really good. So we are getting there. We're definitely looking better on the outside, completely different property. Now we're going to take a walk inside and show you some things that we've done in there. We've got plumbers in there working, so we've got a lot of interesting things to show you as developed inside. So let's take a look inside. Okay, welcome inside this beautiful project. We're going to take a quick look and I'll show you how much has changed just in 2 weeks. Now we do still have construction debris on the backdrop here. You've got a lot of the plumber's materials. They are actually here on site doing repipe now. you can see the cutouts in the drywall where we've had new wires run. Now, because we're doing major systems on this, these are all permit items. Anytime you do any of the 5 majors, you got to require a permit. So we had a permit pulled for the roof, we got a permit pulled for the electric, we've got a permit pulled for the plumbing, there'll be a permit on the HVAC when it's replaced. But right now, we've had the wiring done. You can see the exposed new wires coming out of the breaker panel. You see the new breaker panel that's been in place. We've got to leave these open until the inspector comes in and signs off and gives the approval, and then I can have the guys come in and start patching up the drywall. You can see where we've gutted out the kitchen. We're going to keep the same general footprint on the kitchen. It'll look really nice with the white cabinets that we're going to put in. You can see where the new plumbing has been run and exposed. The new electrical wiring's put in. We're going to have it plumbed, so we could put in a dishwasher or a disposal. But even though we probably won't actually put one in as part of our rehab, the electric's there so somebody can decide to add that. You can see looking throughout, we have lots of holes in the ceiling and in the walls where the plumbers and electricians have had to open things up in order to run their wires and their pipes. That's part of the process. And again, we can't seal those up until we have the inspector come in and sign off on the permit. Now, what we have been able to do here is we've put up this wall. Remember, this used to be open, but now we're converting this to the 4th bedroom. So we put up this wall and we've opened up the doorway here. So we'll have a 4th bedroom in here. This is turning from a 3-bedroom with 1.5 bath to a full-on 4-bedroom, 2-bath home that ought to pull pretty good on the market when we get it ready to put out. Rentals would pull a higher rate. Sales will also be really, really strong. It'd be a good profitable flip. Now in here, we're adding plumbing and electric to put in a stackable washer dryer unit. We needed to get it out of the original bathroom because we're converting that bathroom into a full bath. So the washer dryer's been moved in here. We've got our electric, we've got our plumbing that's being run in here. One of the last things we're going to do is replace this, the air conditioning or HVAC system. Now, my AC tech already has the material in and he's ready to go anytime I give him the word. I'm purposely holding him back till last because I know what happens. If we put this in, the drywall guys are going to come in here. They're going to start working on the house in nice air-conditioned temperature room. And then they're going to get all the drywall dust kicked up. It's going to get sucked up into my brand new machine. It's going to plug up the coil, and I'm going to have to do a pull and clean on a brand new system within the first 3 months of operation. So to avoid that, I'm just not going to put this thing in until the drywall is done. Those guys are going to have to work in the heat because I just can't trust them to keep the dust out of the system. Now, when you're doing a rehab, I advise you be very much aware of what your HVAC system is doing, because if you've got painters, drywallers, any of the interior construction going and they're running your air conditioning system, it will damage your new system. So it's a good thing to wait till last to get done. The last thing I'm going to show you here is our bathroom. And you might see in the background here our plumber, at least the lower half of the plumber, as they're running new pipes through the attic. In here we've made some big changes. You can see the pieces, parts of plumbing material all around. Brand new plumbing going into this house. Get rid of the old leaky copper and just bring this up into the modern day century with modern material. Now, there used to be a doorway here. This will be covered up with drywall and it'll be a solid wall. This makes a larger bathroom. We moved the doorway here to the center of the wall, and in doing so, we did eliminate a linen closet here, but we opened this space up to where now we can put in a full-size shower or even a tub if we decide to. After the plumbers are done and it's been signed off, then we will start installing the actual bathroom appliances and get that in here. And we will have 2 full bathrooms, full-size showers in both bathrooms, bigger vanities, a lot more user-friendly space for the family that ultimately occupies this place. Now, I can't wait to show you more finished product as we come in. And we will come back when the HVAC crew is putting in their systems, because you'll want to see what's going on there and let them talk a little bit about some of the processes they're doing. But I wanted you to get the look at what we're doing on this project as it's in process. So stay tuned as we bring you more in the next couple of weeks so you can see how we continue to develop this into a beautiful home for a brand new family.